Merry Christmas and welcome to a festive in the city. I'm here at the children's ward of the University of Wales Hospital, where the boys will be coming to visit along with Ty Hafan Hospice to spread the Christmas cheer to those who need it the most. Let's take a look at what's coming up on today's show. We speak to Craig Noone. Russell and Scott visit the Woolwich charity Christmas dinner. We caught up with David Marshall. But first up, we're over to the gaffer. With the departure of Matt Moladali to Freiburg earlier this week, the manager talked us through his decision to let him go.
Well, Matt was looking to go. We had his representative over and we did speak to him. His heart probably wasn't in the football club, which is very important to me, and I'm sure a lot of other people. He wanted to move and we found an opportunity for him. So he wasn't playing enough minutes for us here anyway, so it was a great opportunity for him as well to move on.
Russell looked ahead to January and gave us an insight into what we can expect.
We'll watch the situation very closely. Of course, we have our targets as well, so I can see us maybe doing business at all times during the window. Really, it might be that we can get some done quickly, which is always nice because you can get the players in and bed them in quickly, or if we have to be patient and wait for the right target, because that's the key, making sure that we get the right type of player, the right person, the right quality footballer into the football club.
And after having made his home league debut against Brentford last Saturday, the manager told us why Kadeem Harris has caught his eye in earning a spot amongst the starting 11.
And obviously we're pleased we're giving him the opportunity to do so and to show us what he's really got, and we've been pleased with his contribution, and whether he starts or he comes on, we feel as if he has a part to play in the group now. So as I say, we're really pleased with what he's doing, and hopefully though this is just a start and a platform for him to build on.
As they do every year, this Christmas the players visited the University of Wales Hospital to give out presents and gifts to the young patients and their families. The visit was made in conjunction with the Dreams and Wishes charity. First team physio and board member of the charity, Adam Rattenbury, told us more.
We brought the Cardiff City players down here today to team up with Dreams and Wishes again. We do it every year. As Dreams and Wishes, we visit all seriously ill children in hospital in South East Wales. So the guys started in Newport this morning, they've made their way over to Cardiff, and we're lucky to have Cardiff City players here this afternoon just to help put some smiles on faces and give out some presents.
A great way to round off the year. How about next year? What do you have planned and lined up for 2015?
Yeah, well, 2014 has been a massive year for us at Dreams and Wishes. We've grown massively as a charity and we're looking to carry that on next year. So the big thing that we're going to do first of all next year is take 2 busloads of children to Legoland. We raised some money this year specifically for a day out for children and their families. So in March this year, let's say we're taking children and their families, no expenses spared, trip to Legoland for the day. Craig
Noone, who is also an ambassador of Dreams and Wishes, spoke more on the afternoon.
The Dreams and Wishes campaign have asked me to be an ambassador, and I've took that role up because I think it's a good role for me to be in, and I enjoy going out and visiting the kids and being a part of it. So yeah, I'm delighted to be asked to be the ambassador, and it's something I'll relish.
So this visit is something you will have done a few times now with the club. How important is it, and how satisfying is it as a player to see the smiles on the faces of the kids?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think for us being here and putting the smiles on faces just by us being there is priceless, really, and I think it takes a couple of hours out of our diaries, but to see the kids' faces is so much worth.
Back to footballing matters, busy period now over Christmas. Charlton and Watford, points on the board for us?
Yeah, I think we've got a chance to get some. I think the Christmas period is going to be big for us, and hopefully we can pick up as much points as we can and then go into the new year in and around the playoffs and look to build from there.
The squad also visited Ty Hafan, where half-time Wayne spoke to Marshy.
No stranger to Ty Hafan, you've been here before. Do you know how many times now?
I think it's my 3rd time. Obviously the boys, some boys go to Heath Hospital, and a lot of the lads come here, but it's great to come here, and it's enjoyable. The kids are great, the families are great, and it's really welcome, and it's a great place for the kids to come as well. So for us just to come and bring a little bit of cheer, bring a couple of presents and try and perk up a couple of the kids. It's great.
And for looking from the outside in, you could see how much they're enjoying themselves today and how much a difference you make to them.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, if we can bring a little bit of happiness, it's great. The work that Ty Hafan do is brilliant. They don't get the funding that they should, and they need to do a lot of that funding internally. So it's a great place for any of the kids, and it's a big help for the families.
We just seen you doing a raffle there. They just said that they raised £90,000 for this place. That's absolutely amazing, through a raffle.
Exactly, yeah. I think they're saying that's the best they've done for the Christmas raffle. So as I said, they don't get the funding for the government that they probably should get, but as I say, a lot of the stuff's done internally, so you raise that amount of money is great. If we can raise awareness being here as well, it's only going to help them.
And up above you there, you've got your handprint on the wall there from 3 years ago?
Yeah, I can't find it yet. I think it was about 3-4 years ago now. So, but just looking at the place, I think the playground for the kids has changed a lot in that last couple of years since I've not been up. They're always adding to it, so it's just a good place for the kids to come when they need that bit of help.
And of course we've got a busy period coming up, as you just mentioned, this Christmas time. Quite a few points to gather?
Definitely, we've got 3 games for the cup game now, but we really need to get points on the board. Our home form's been good, results have been good anyway. That home form, we've got that first away win, but we really need to build on that now to get us, because I think we really need to get into the playoffs to give everybody at the club a lift, because it's been a bit of a slow start to the season, but we're still within touching distance to the playoffs.
And that's what I was going to say. That brings us on to the next question there. The start of the new year would be like the second half of the season. Yeah. What are you aiming for with regards to the position?
I think it's always got to be to get the playoffs, absolute minimum. I've never been in anything less than the playoffs in the time I've been here, so don't get me wrong, we want to finish top 2, but at this moment in time we need to get a consistent run going together, get our run of wins back to back, and try and get in the playoffs to give everybody a lift, and then we can push on for there.
Cardiff City and Levy restaurants donated Christmas lunch to around 40 people who are currently based in homeless shelters in Cardiff. Russell, joined by Scott, stopped by.
This is Cardiff City Football Club at its best. I mean, we've gone out into the community and we've linked up with a charity, a shelter charity for people that, you know, don't have fantastic lives sometimes, and sometimes probably are very angry for their lives and the way they've turned out from time to time. But to be fair, today there's some really happy people. It's great that we've been able to feed them and talk to them. It's all in conjunction with our partners, and it's something that we want to do more about going forward. This is not the first or the last time we want to do this. We want to stay involved and we want to put something back.
The Academy boys visited the Royal Glamorgan Hospital last week to spread a little festive spirit to the patients. Academy manager James McCarthy and under-18s coach Matthew Bloxham shared the importance of the visits for the team with us.
I think it is, and I think especially when you come and see people who potentially might be spending Christmas in hospital, you know, I think it puts everything into perspective with regards to the football and other things in life. So I think it's important. The more we can do of this for the boys to give them an all-rounded education, the better.
Yeah, I think it's very important. You know, the players are in a privileged position, being apprentice footballers, and they're following a dream, you know, that they want to make a career, and it's great for them to come down and be socially responsible and represent the club and give some of these children in here who are not in the best shape at the moment, give them some hope. And it's great for them to look up and see potential future players and hopefully inspire them.
Rhys Healy has extended his loan at Colchester United until the end of this season. And Kadeem Harris has been a fantastic example for the under-21s, impressing Russell to have made his first team home league debut against Brentford last weekend. It's a tough one for the youngsters in the new year, having been drawn against Burnley away in the next round of the FA Youth Cup on the 20th of January. The next Coaches Association night is set to take place in January, whilst the new year will also see the launch of the Academy Player Council, who will meet every 6 weeks to discuss the players' point of view on life in the academy. In other news from around the club, the women closed out 2014 in 4th position in the Women's Welsh Premier League, 1 point off 3rd place after losing 2-1 to Pilks on the weekend. And comedian John Bishop stopped by the House of Sport last week whilst continuing his Supersonic UK tour. And check out this supersonic strike from one of his teammates, David Hogg. Decent.
Both with 30 points on the board and a goal difference of -1, Cardiff and Charlton's current predicaments couldn't be tighter, going into Boxing Day's match at the Valley, tied up for 11th spot in the Sky Bet Championship table. The Addicts went 11 league matches unbeaten to start the 14-15 campaign, before narrowly losing to current league leaders Bournemouth back in October. Since then, their form has been far more indifferent, just 2 league wins from 10 matches thereafter, and now none in their last 5 since a 1-0 victory at Reading back at the beginning of November. And that form can be directly linked to that of striker Igor Vettekele, who has 8 league strikes to his name in his maiden season in English football, but he's now not netted since the winner in the aforementioned victory at the Majesty Stadium. And that's after starting the campaign with 5 goals in his first 5 league matches, goals which directly earned his side 6 points. This is a fixture that, in recent memory at least, possesses goals in abundance. +3 total goals in each of the last 3 league meetings at the Valley. And who can forget, for better or worse, our last visit, which ended in a 5-4 home victory, despite injury time strikes from both Aaron Gunnarsson and Craig Noone, which had threatened to steal a point for the Bluebirds.
All of us here at Cardiff City Football Club would like to wish you a very merry and memorable Christmas and of course a happy new year. Now here's something that's bound to get you in the Christmas spirit if you're not already feeling it. It's Marshy, Noone, Gunnar, Witt and Tom if you couldn't work it out for yourself. We'll see you again in 2015.
I'd like to wish every Cardiff City supporter the very best for Christmas and a happy new year.
Gleðileg jól, kæru vinir og vandamenn nær og fjær og farsælda nýja ári.
Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.